Alright, this is a video. We're going to talk about the planned out fake rapture sometime in the future. Now, I believe it is 2031, and I'll show you a video why I believe that. I actually renamed my channel 2031 because of this knowledge. The Simpsons revealed that people are going to freak out during the planned out war, World War China in 2031. But if you all want to know what the New World Order script is, just go watch Ken Peters' Vision Dream, I Saw the Tribulation. It is like an hour or two of just deception. This is actually the script. They're going to produce a fake rapture. They're going to have a super handsome, pretty boy, fake Antichrist figure. We already know years ago, eyewitnesses saw semi-trailers full of modern-day guillotines to cut people's heads off, like a big counterfeit tribulation, already scripted, already planned out. Just go watch this video and you will see the big end time deception. That's all scripted, planned out, because you are actually on the other side of the millennial reign of Christ, and we have scriptures to prove that you are on the other side of the millennial reign. Alright, so if you go over here, I made a video a couple years ago of World War China. Let's see if I can play it. After World War China, 2031, World War China. Alright, now some more very important knowledge. There's a guy that actually wrote a book where he can prove that EMPs are completely fake. Now, I figured this out a few years ago after I realized that nuclear weapons are a joke, they're fake. So if they fire, you know how they've programmed us, World War III, they're going to fire nuclear weapons above America and cause an EMP effect and mess up everybody's electronics. Well, what's going to happen is the cell phone towers are going to send a powerful signal to all of your electronics, commanding them to erase themselves. Imagine you have a cell phone. A signal is sent telling it to erase itself. Laptops, brand new vehicles, that have GPS. Now, you have to keep in mind, the guy that has the older vehicle that has taken out the radio and the antenna, he has disabled the antenna. It would be impossible for that vehicle to receive a signal or command, telling the computer, the small computer inside, to erase itself. This guy is going to be driving around when everyone else will not. So remember, if you have a lot of pictures, digital pictures, and you're concerned that they might get erased on an old cell phone, you can burn those pictures or videos onto a disk on your computer, put it up on the shelf, and it will be just fine. The big fake EMP will not harm or damage your disk. Alright, we're going to move along. So for all the people that you already know, you are on the other side of the millennial reign and you are being utterly deceived, I just want you all to know that there's a high possibility that George Washington never existed. And the reason why I believe that is because John Adams is the first president to occupy the White House. Remember, if you were part of Club 33 and your job is to help the devil deceive all nations, how amusing would it be to have the first president a make-believe president? So let's go through these pictures. Let's say that George Washington never existed. We already know that President number 22, Cleveland, served 2 terms right over here. It's the same president. And there is a possibility that JFK, we can prove that his assassination is completely fake. It is a mannequin. For all the people that don't know, go watch the JFK assassination video in slow motion. It is a mannequin or a dummy. And it's like a tomato explodes off the side of its head. People believe it is like a movie prop, something that just explodes. It's not natural or normal. So I'm going to say that somewhere in here there's another president that deceptively served 2 terms, and my theory is this. Obama is number 40. He's president number 40. Donald Trump was 41. Joe Biden is 42. And then Donald Trump should be scripted or scheduled to come back into office in maybe 2024. and then Ivanka Trump comes into office in 2028 as the last scripted president of the United States, or repackaged, renamed Egypt. And yes, I just want you to know, Obama could be a clone of an ancient pharaoh in the land of Egypt. I'm sure some of you might remember those videos years ago where he literally looks like an ancient pharaoh, and people were questioning, who this guy really is. Oh, and I just want you all to know, The Simpsons revealed about 5 or 6 years ago that Ivanka Trump would come into office in 2028. And I believe she is the real 44, the last scripted president of this country. Now, it really does make me wonder, if we go back to Revelation 20, where the devil, he's been let loose for a little while, or for a season, or a long season. If the end of the millennial reign was 1776, it really does make me wonder if somewhere around 2040, maybe 2041, when everything's all finished. Because you have to understand, the final prophecy involves a war with Gog and Magog, which I believe will be a counterfeit, or what they call World War III. And in order to lead up to that moment, they would have to go through a scripted or deceptive end time scenario, which should involve a fake rapture, a pretty boy handsome fake antichrist figure, and deceptive, just a complete counterfeit of what has already happened. Now, I did state this in a video a couple months ago or whatever. You all have to understand, if Satanic Hollywood and Nicolas Cage starts coming out with movies promoting the Rapture event, that's when, red sirens, red flags should be going up, and you need to question if you're being utterly deceived. Because what a lot of people cannot fathom or understand is they have the technology mimic or counterfeit or deceive people into believing the rapture has just taken place. And something else we need to remember, that movie from 2005, War of the Worlds, go back and watch it. Pay very close attention, because the aliens make rapture sounds, horns. Listen to that. Those sounds are similar to what people have heard or captured in the atmosphere in the last 10 or 11 years. So they may fake a rapture, then have Project Bluebeam with holograms, UFOs, so that the Christians that do have eyes to see and ears to hear, they will believe they're covering up the rapture with this alien invasion, when in actuality it's like a double deception. Now, I do believe the proper deception, since Club 33 loves to mock the masses anyway, I believe the proper deception should be these aliens live or came from the deep caverns of Uranus. And you can see right here, this is the caverns deep down in Uranus. So if they do produce Project Bluebeam, holograms in the atmosphere, UFOs, this would be the proper storyline to mock the masses. Now, I do got to let you know, about a month or so ago, I was doing more investigation on all the fires and all the cities in this land that got renamed USA. And believe it or not, there was a massive fire in the city of Fargo in the 1800s. Not only that, there was a strange, unexplainable fire in Minneapolis in the same year. And I also found unexplainable fires in Seattle. And I mean, if you just keep investigating, I mean, it is insane. I mean, I don't see how anyone could even deny you are the generations after the millennial reign. Now, before I end the video, I do have to let you know there are hints and clues. I've seen in the last 10 years the 9/23, September 23rd. In fact, I believe September 23rd, 2031 is the scripted fake rapture. If you go and watch this movie Deep Impact, do you see the hidden 9 right here? This is a 23. This is a hidden 9. And what's so important, 23 plus 21 just happens to be 44. Remember, Ivanka Trump should be the last president. I believe she is the real 44, and this fake rapture event will happen during her administration. In the 4 years or the 8 years that she is in there, this massive, this epic production will happen under her administration. See that 44, and you have a hidden 9 in front of the 23 because it's most likely going to happen September 23rd. But anyway, if anyone has any good knowledge, good theories, anything that can help us outsmart the New World Order or Club 33, definitely leave a comment under the video.